नमस्कार. आयच्या ह्या खाशेल्या हिडोनात तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार. आनी आज आमचे बरोबर एक अशी गेस्ट आसात जांकां आयकुपाची म्हाका दिसता संपूर्ण गोंयांत खूब उमळशीक आसतली. आमचे बरोबर आज आसात आदले केंद्रीय मंत्री, काँग्रेसीचे ज्येष्ठ फुडारी, मेंबर ऑफ राज्यसभा पी. चिदंबरम. सर, let me start with a very basic question. How has Goa treated you for last 48 hours amidst these passionate discussions and sometimes very heated ones also?
No, there were no heated discussions in my presence. They were passionate, of course, but I'm happy that they are passionate about the Congress and that the Congress must win the next election. Goa, of course, is a very friendly place. The people are extremely friendly. They work hard, they play hard, and they argue very hard. But I'm very happy that they are showing the passion for the Congress.
So what are the big takeaways from this visit of yours? Because you interacted with hundreds of people, so much so that I think you finished interacting everybody and we are doing this interview. So you have given lot of time to listening during this visit. So what are the major takeaways?
The first major takeaway is that there is a passion among the Congress workers that the Congress must win this election. I think they are deeply hurt by what happened in 2017, and they want to set the record straight that the Congress party can put forward a set of candidates who will be loyal to the party, faithful to the party's ideology, and will serve the people. So they are passionate about re-establishing the Congress's record of service to the people. The second big takeover is there is tremendous dissatisfaction for a variety of reasons with the 10-year BJP governments. Naturally, there is anti-incumbency. There is also disappointment that there have been frequent changes of chief ministers. So I think both are the big takeaways. What takeaway is most satisfying to me that there are a lot of young men and women in the party who are willing to bear the responsibility of taking the party forward.
So internally, what do you think Congress needs to do at this juncture with election just 6 months away? What are the changes that are required organizationally, structurally?
There is enough time. Time is not a constraint. Each constituency has about 30,000 voters on an average. That means about...
There are small states, small constituencies.
There are about 6,000 households. There is enough time for old-fashioned campaigning, knocking on every door, ringing every doorbell, visiting every family. There is enough time for that. All we have to do is to get the party workers ready, and we will get them ready in September and maybe by October. And therefore they can begin to door-to-door campaigning. Campaigning in a Goa election is not a Herculean task like, say, UP or Rajasthan. The campaigning is well within the capacity of a small band of workers. So we'll have to simply get the band of workers and get them on the road to campaign.
So you spoke about the right time of declaring candidates, and a complaint often with the Congress is it is done at the very last moment, sometimes even 15 days before the election. Can we hope, because of the changes that you are speaking about, that this time the case would be different?
It will certainly not be in the last 15 days. We will give a candidate sufficient time to campaign. But remember, the campaigning is only for 30,000 votes. Which is, say, a very large panchayat in my constituency. Therefore, there will be enough time to campaign. You don't have to declare candidates 3 months in advance. But there are downsides to that also. Obvious downsides. I don't have to spell it out. So we'll give candidates enough time to campaign. Enough time for the voters to recognize the candidate and to interact with them.
Another issue which I think you asked about in the press conference also is regarding the PCC presidentship. Fundamentally, what do you think with this 6 months away from the election, should there be a change or there should be a status quo?
See, I cannot comment on it one way or other. That's a decision which the High Command will take, the leadership of the party will take. To me, that's just one job. In an election, there are several jobs which have to come together. I have contested several elections. I have run several elections. You have to bring all the jobs together. PCC president, CLP leader, campaign committee, publicity committee, manifesto committee, Pradesh election committee. Everybody has to come together. The PCC president is a pillar, but is not the only pillar. Therefore, we have to bring all these leaders together. Each one will be held by an important leader. All of them together, and I think it's quite possible to get everybody together.
So for the first time, probably after many, many years, Congress has more than 35 seats vacant in Goa. And there's been this consistent debate whether old faces versus new faces. How do you look at this debate when there are more than 35 seats vacant? What should be the criteria to choose a candidate, and whether the old or a new face should be one of those criteria?
See, in every election, all the seats are technically vacant. So 40 seats are vacant. Why do you say 35? In
35 because there is no sitting MLA.
No, in some, the candidate selects himself. That's all you mean. Candidate selects himself. Even in a so-called vacant seat, there will be a unanimous choice of a candidate within minutes. So the candidate selects himself. So I don't think we need to look at it that way. As I said, there will be effective consultation with the active members of every constituency. That promise I've made in my interaction with leaders, with workers, and I said it on television. There will be full consultation with the active members of every constituency. That includes Mahila, Youth, NSUI, Sevadal, Minority Department, and the candidate will be selected on the basis of such a consultation.
So no point in having this old face versus new face debate.
Whatever the constituency wants, we will select. Some constituencies, they may want a seasoned MLA who has served them well. In some constituencies, they may want a young, fresh, dynamic man or woman. In some constituencies, they may want a very mature but a middle-aged person who can carry all communities. So it will depend upon the constituency, and we will largely go by what the constituency wants.
Always this point is debated, whether winnability or the credibility or the loyalty. How do you look at this? I'm asking this question basically because what happened post 2017. Congress got a good mandate, and yet 5 years down the line there are only 5 MLAs. How do you look at it as far as the candidate selection is concerned at this point of time? Because people have doubts in their mind.
There need be no doubt at all. As I said, the onus of choosing the right candidate is being shifted to the constituency. We are now putting the bulk of the responsibility on the active workers of the constituency. If they accept a candidate, and they by and large zero in on a candidate, they will, normal conclusion is they have chosen a candidate who's acceptable, who's winnable, who's loyal.
Yeah.
They are recommending. Na? It's only when you don't listen to the voices of the workers that mistakes are made. If you listen to the voices of the workers, it's possible. They're seasoned observers. They are all guys who have gone through several elections. So if they listen to the workers, they will realize what does the workers want, by and large. There will always be a voice here and there. If you listen to that voice and then finally choose the candidate,
There's very little margin for error.
there's little margin. You're absolutely right. There's little margin for error. Even after that, if error happens, but that is inevitable in human life.
Another issue, sir, that everybody is very hotly debating is regarding the fragmented opposition. There are too many parties. There is a united BJP with its organizational prowess. Against there is a Congress, there is AAP, there are smaller parties who want to ally with the Congress. First, how do you look at this fragmented opposition? Then we'll come to the alliance.
See, there are really only two players. What you describe as a united BJP, they are not as united as you think they are. They are able to paper over their differences and tell the papers not to blow up their differences. They have capacity to do that. So it's not so united as you think. There are enough differences within the BJP. Be that as it may, we accept that the BJP is a strong party. But the Congress is an equally strong player. This is essentially a fight between two strong players. Yes, there are small parties. I'm not denying that. There are strong parties, small parties. But it's our capacity to keep some small parties with us, which will make us stronger. But it's a give and take. They have to come forward, and then we have to respond. But the time for that has not come. As I said at the press conference, the alliance issue is not open yet. So when it opens, we will deal with it. At the moment, my mandate, our mandate, is to prepare a formidable set of 40 candidates in 40 constituencies and make all 40 constituencies battle ready.
While making it abundantly clear that prospects of alliance are also open in the near future.
Nothing is ruled out in politics. It's a matter of pragmatism. But pragmatism always dictated by the fact that the Congress has to lead the fight against the BJP. Once we recognize that the Congress will lead the fight against the BJP and the large share of responsibility falls on the Congress, pragmatism can always accommodate whatever developments are required.
Of late, from last at least 6-7 months, Aam Aadmi Party has very aggressively started campaigning in Goa. And the impression is it will damage the Congress vote share. Do you have any apprehensions?
No, I have none. See, the Aam Aadmi Party is always an aggressive beginner. But elections are not 100-meter runs. Elections are at least 1600-meter, if not a marathon. Point is, you have to last the entire distance. And you have to have the resources and the stamina to last the entire distance. Aam Aadmi Party, of course, makes a lot of noise. I'm not, underestimating any party. I respect all parties. But the fact is that this is largely a two-player fight between the Congress and the BJP.
So I know this is a hypothetical question, but in a post-poll scenario, if Congress emerges as a single largest party again, the apprehension considering the 27 experience is that BJP may still try to form the government, which in 2017 it was clearly the mandate was not with the BJP, but yet they managed to form the government. What would you tell the voters at this point of time if a similar scenario emerges? Would there not be a repeat of 2017?
I will tell the voters, please remember that the BJP is completely shameless. There are businesses, Operation Lotus everywhere. I wrote a column, you win some elections, you lose some elections, you steal some elections. The BJP wins less elections, it steals more elections. It stole the election in Karnataka, it stole the election in Goa, Manipur, Madhya Pradesh, it steals elections. It is the biggest thief of elections. They win few and steal a lot. So I will tell the voters, vote overwhelmingly for the Congress so that there's no possibility of
This question
stealing the
does not
election.
arise.
Question doesn't arise.
So,
Can say, for example,
Yeah.
I've just come out of a coalition election in Tamil Nadu
Yeah.
3 months ago.
yes.
The voters of Tamil Nadu always vote decisively, so there's no opportunity to steal.
Sir, don't you think the blame also partly lies with the Congress when such scenarios emerge for failing to form a government more quickly, more swiftly?
I don't know what happened in 2017. I was not here, so I can't comment on hearsay information.
Second issue, sir, is regarding the chief ministerial candidate, because suddenly BJP has converted this electoral democracy as a clash of personalities. Do you feel Congress does not have a culture like that, but do you feel in a state like Goa, in a small state like Goa, where people would require more clarity, there should be a declaration regarding a CM candidate beforehand?
Again, that depends on the wishes of the workers. We will consult the workers. See, I have only 40 constituencies to consult, not 402. So 40 constituencies to consult. So as I said, we will consult each constituency and take the election decisions. So if the workers want a CM face to be declared, surely the leadership will consider that. But it's again left to the active workers of the Congress party.
It is said that many BJP MLAs are in touch with the Congress right now.
What does that show?
Is it a fact? And,
What does it sh- No, no, let's
whether the doors
assume.
of Congress are open for them?
No, let's assume
Okay.
that that is true. I don't know. Let's assume. What does it show? It shows that the BJP is splintering or withering away. What does it mean? That the BJP sitting MLA has no confidence in his ability to win again on a BJP ticket. I don't know if it's right or wrong. No BJP MLA has contacted me and not likely to contact me.
What should be
either.
the policy of the party towards that?
I don't know. I know nobody has spoken to me. I am focused on consulting the constituency active Congress workers, and I will go by their wishes, by and large.
But if at all there comes a prospect like this, how do you look at it?
We go back to the constituency.
Let the bloc decide.
We will ask them, here is the situation, tell me how to deal with it. See, the great advantage is these are small constituencies.
So the issue regarding Goa, and this is beyond politics, this is regarding Goa's economy. Mining was shut down. Tourism is in complete doldrums post-COVID. What do you think? How should a state like Goa, small state like Goa with limited revenue resources survive in such kind of a situation? And can a sitting government done anything differently?
Of course. Of course. Ask the present Chief Minister, Mr. Sawant, to hire me as a consultant, and I will tell him what to do. That's not the point. The point is every country, every state, every situation has a solution. There was an international financial crisis. The world's central bankers found a solution. In 1997, there was an Asian financial crisis. In India, we found a solution. In 2011, there was the European crisis, and then the taper tantrum. We found a solution. So there's no preordained path. Now, what does Goa face? Goa is a small state, limited revenues. It has some exceptional strengths. Tourism, the hospitality industry, mining, and the service industry. People forget that Goa can become the hub of a huge service industry. Goa is already a forgotten hub of the drug industry, pharmaceutical industry. Goa can become the hub of an education industry. See, if Kota and Rajasthan can become a great coaching center city, Goa can become a great oasis of educational institutions. But there are huge opportunities, but you must know how to think out of the box. If you are BJP, you can't think out of the box because you can't think out of what Mr. Narendra Modi thinks.
Usually when it comes to mining, they always point the finger at the Supreme Court and the judiciary. Do you buy that argument that the imbroglio is basically because of the judiciary and that's why the legislature is unable to do anything?
Partially. Partially, yes. The Supreme Court judgment was rather a tough judgment. But even within that tough judgment, there is huge opportunity to make the necessary changes to get mining back on its feet while respecting environmental standards. I think it's possible. I think there are enough legal brains in the Congress party, and if there's a Congress government, I promise you, the legal brains trust of the Congress party will be asked to come to Goa, spend a week here and find a solution.
Now that we have reached on the point of law, I'm tempted to ask this because you are a very senior Supreme Court lawyer also. Most of the amendments in the 10th schedule have happened because of what happens in Goa, the kind of defections we engineer. Do you think, looking at the present anti-defection law, there needs to be changes? And we have seen that there are 3 MLAs, 2 of them broke away saying that it is 2/3. How do you look at the anti-defection law in the present state?
See, the anti-defection law was introduced by a great lawyer, A.K. Sen. I was first term MP and I had pointed out, listen, you think that this law is being operated and will be applied by very sensible people. But please remember, it will be applied and operated by not so sensible people. The anti-defection law is practically a dead letter today. It is a very defective law, not a defection law. It is a defective law. And the Speaker has become authority to itself. He is not accountable to anyone. And the Supreme Court is restrained from directing the Speaker to decide the matter in 1 month or 2 months. Judgment after judgment, including one that came 15 days ago, refused to stipulate a time limit for the Speaker. And speakers are taking 4 years and 5 years to decide. Karnataka, Manipur, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, the speakers don't decide the matter because the speakers are clearly aligned with the ruling party. Therefore, I think this anti-defection law is practically a dead letter. If you want to stop defections, you'll have to draft a brand new law.
So in case of Goa, this is a very peculiar case where 10 of the Congress MLAs defected. They claimed that it is a 2/3 split and they even merged the party. Now they claim that they have merged the Congress into the BJP. And now that matter is in the High Court. From your analysis of law, do you think this is a fit case for disqualification? And whether, if High Court doesn't rule within the stipulated time, or at least before the code of conduct, the case become infructuous. How do you look at that?
Many cases have become infructuous. See, the Manipur case will become infructuous when the Manipur election takes place. The Goa case will become infructuous when the Goa election takes place. So I have no faith in the anti-defection law, nor have I faith that the matter will be resolved before the elections. I can't comment on each individual case from Manipur or Goa or Karnataka, but I think the people must reconcile themselves to the fact that a law introduced by an eminent jurist by name A.K. Sen has become a practically dead letter. We'll have to now again call the brains trust of lawyers to draft a more effective law.
So coming to the recent issue of selling of the national assets, you criticized it very, very heavily. Why do you criticize it when most of the people say that government has no business to be in the business?
I agree. Government has no business to be in business. But does that mean you sell off your railway? You sell off your Konkan railway? Remember, Konkan railway is going to be sold. You sell off your freight corridor. See, there must be criteria. Why would I sell my family jewels? Because somebody is very sick and I need the money. Or my son or somebody has to travel abroad for education. I need to pay the fees. Or I've incurred a huge loss in business and therefore I have to pay off the debt. There must be a reason. Will you sell your jewel to go to the casino? Will you sell your jewels to go and buy a Mercedes-Benz car? You won't. Because you will weigh the options. Jewel or Mercedes-Benz car? Jewel or crackers on Diwali day? But jewel or health? Jewel or education? So you must set criteria. So all that we are asking the government is, set out criteria. Set out your goals. The BJP ministers turn around and say, did you not do it? Of course we did it, but we set goals. We set criteria. First criteria, chronic loss-making units will be sold. 2, businesses where the PSU has a minimal share, 1%, 2%. For example, Scooters India. It was not making any scooter, selling any scooter. It had a 0 share. Sell it. And third, most important, business, if I sell, the private sector will become a monopoly. I will not sell it. Until the private sector market develops and there is enough competition among the private sector, I will remain there. Because private sector will become a monopoly. You watch now. Airports will become a monopoly. Seaports will become a monopoly. Telecom will become a monopoly if they sell the PSUs. Do the people of India want that? See, unwittingly, Mr. Narendra Modi has admitted, he used to ask, what did the Congress do for 70 years? What did they build? What we built, the list has been published now. All that 70 years is what we built. So in fact, I'm grateful to Mr. Modi for giving us a one-page list of all that the Congress built over 70 years. And all that is being sold for what? Tell me what you are selling it for. For 1.5 lakh crore a year? You are going to borrow next year 5.5 lakh crore. That is the fiscal deficit for the current year, 21-22, is 5.5 lakh crore. For 1.5 lakh crore, rent, call it by whatever name, it is rent. For rent, you are going to virtually sell all the assets that have been built over 70 years. It's a scandal.
So my final question, when will we see you next in Goa? Because now, after this visit of yours, it looks like Kedar has kind of rejuvenated. They have spoken their hearts out.
I'm coming back in about 10 days. And then I will come back every fortnight.
Every fortnight?
Yes.
So we'll see you here every fortnight.
Yes, I'm afraid you have to see me
you use that word battle ready. So I think that's the task every fortnight now.
Yeah, I'll come here, but there are other observers.
Yes.
Who are very, very seasoned people. They will spend many more days. I will come every fortnight for a couple of days, and I'm an observer. I have to only observe what they're doing.
That's the line you said in your press conference.
I'll observe the beaches, I'll observe the greenery, I'll observe the work of my party.
We have been observing you for last 2 days and we can see the kind of response you have got as far as the party and the party workers are concerned. So thanks a lot for...
Next round, I'm going round to the field.
You're going to the constituencies?
Yeah. I've asked them next round, it's not going to be in the international center, it'll be out in the field. I'll go to various constituencies. I may not be able to go to all 40 in one visit, but I will hopefully visit at least 25-30 constituencies over the next 2-3 months.
Over the next... Sir, out of busy schedule, give us time, such a frank discussion. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you.